Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to be talking about a very important topic today called copyright. So let's take a look at our lesson outline. The first thing that we're going to be talking about, what is copyright? Then, what is plagiarism? Are you allowed to use the work of others? Why do we have copyright laws? What works are protected by copyright? What works are not protected by copyright? What is fair use? What is Creative Commons? What is public domains? Some examples of copyright rules. Why should you follow copyright laws? And making sure that you always get permission. So what is copyright? According to copyright.gov, copyright is a form of protection grounded in the U.S. Constitution and granted by law for original works of authorship, fixed by a tangible medium of expression. Copyright covers both published and unpublished works. So what does all of that mean? Well, what that means is if you write a paper or if you create something, you are protected by copyright laws, which means nobody can take your work, and pass it off as theirs because you created it and you are protected by copyright laws. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is taking somebody else's work and passing it off as your own, whether it be from a well-known or famous author or even a friend's assignment. Plagiarism is wrong and against the law. Plagiarism is cheating and dishonest. You might be asking yourself, well, am I allowed to use the work of others when I'm writing an assignment or working on a project for school? Well, the answer is yes, you can. But you must put quotation marks around the words to show that they are not your own. You also have to put the author's name down by the information that you used. You also need to write this information in your references at the end of your paper. Why do we have copyright laws? Well, that's a good question. Copyright laws protect works created by people. For example, if you write a song, you record it, and you would like to sell it to make money, you don't want anybody else to pass it off as their own, saying that they wrote it instead of you. Or if you write a paper and someone steals it and wants to turn it in as their own, well, that's just not right. So these laws make it possible for people to earn money for the things that they have created. What are some works that are protected by copyright? Literary works are protected by copyright. So literary works are a story that you might have written or a book that you might have written. Musical works, which are songs that you may have written. Sound recordings, dramatic works like plays, computer software, photographs, paintings, and drawings, motion pictures, and architectural works. All of these things are protected by copyright. Now let's look at some works that are not protected by copyright. Ideas. If you have an idea in your head, that is not protected by copyright. There are things that have to be put into place first before you can have copyright. Facts, names, titles, recipes, slogans and short phrases, works by the federal government, and fonts and letterings. These items are not protected by copyright. So now let's talk about what is fair use. Fair use is an important copyright exception that allows teachers and students to use a small percentage of a piece of work for teaching and learning purposes. So items may be used depending on, one, the purpose of your use, which we just talked about, how they can be used for educational purposes, the nature of the copyright work, the amount of work that will be used. There's a certain amount that is allowable. The effect of you using the work will have on the value of the work, which means that no sales or money can be made from somebody else's work. So now let's talk a little bit about Creative Commons. So what is Creative Commons? Creative Commons is a set of copyright licenses that authors can use so others know how they want their work to be shared. Their copyrighted work can be made free for sharing by licensing certain things. This allows people to use the author's works without asking for permission as long as some basic rules are followed. Now let's talk a little bit about public domain. Public domain is works that are not protected under copyright laws after a certain amount of time has passed. Copyrights can expire, and they'll expire after 70 years after the author's death. So let's just say that a person writes a book at the age of 20. And let's just say that person passes away at the age of 80. Well, their works will expire, or their copyrights will expire 70 years after that person's death. After copyrights expire, they are placed in the public domain, which means that their work would be available for use without payment or permission from the author. So now let's look at some copyright rules examples. Poems. If I wanted to use a poem in assignment that I was working on, if the poem was 250 words or less, I would be able to use the poem. Now, if the poem was longer than 250 words, let's just say the poem was 500 words, I would be able to use up to 250 words of that excerpt or of that poem. So which means just a part of that poem of up to 250 words. Photographs, no more than 5 images by a single artist or photographer, unless if it was a collection of works, then I would be able to use up to 15 images. Video. If I wanted to use a video in an assignment or a project that I was working on, I'd be able to use up to 10% or 3 minutes, whichever is less. Music. We could also use up to 10% of a musical composition. Internet images and sound files may be downloaded for projects as well, but of course, making sure that we give the author credit for their work. You might be asking yourself, why should you follow copyright laws? First of all, there's legal consequences, fines, or you could end up incarcerated. So what that means is if you use works that are not yours, that don't belong to you, you could be sued by that person or the original author. They could hire an attorney, take you to court, and you could be charged fines or have jail time, which I don't think anybody wants. We just want to also make sure that the work that is created by someone is protected. Also, ethical and moral reasons. It's just plain wrong to take something and pass it off as your own. Failing grades could be something that could happen as well. If you take an assignment that's not yours and say that it's yours, you could possibly fail the class or fail that assignment. In closing, always make sure that you get permission anytime you would like to borrow someone's work. Get permission if you are using more than the allowable time or the allowable amount that we discussed earlier. Ask the publisher or author if it's more than the allowable amount. The publisher or the author will let you know if permission has been granted. Again, always make sure to cite the original author. That way they can receive the credit for the work that they have created. Here's a list of references that I used in the PowerPoint. This is me giving the original authors credit for the work that they created. Thank you for your time, boys and girls.